Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we try to understand what companies are really up to by looking at their official reports. And today we're diving into Howmet Aerospace's latest filing to see what's cooking with their business. We've got some big news about a major acquisition, so stick around. Before we jump in, if you find this kind of deep dive into company filings useful, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and if you want to chat about these reports and get even more insights, join our Discord community linked in the description below. So what we have here is a Form 8K, which is basically a report that companies have to file when something really significant happens. Think of it as a public announcement for major events that aren't necessarily part of their regular financial reporting schedule. The big date for this report is the 22nd of December 2025, and the main event Howmet Aerospace announced is that they've entered into a purchase agreement. Now, what are they buying and from whom? Well, that's where it gets interesting. Howmet Aerospace is the company we're looking at, and they've agreed to buy a business called Consolidated Aerospace Manufacturing. LLC, this company is currently a wholly owned subsidiary of a much larger company, Stanley Black & Decker Incorporated. The price tag for this deal is about $1.8 billion in cash. That is a significant chunk of change, and it tells us Howmet Aerospace sees real value in this acquisition. They expect to close the deal sometime in the first half of 2026, which means they still have to get all the necessary approvals and complete the final steps. This is pretty standard for deals of this size. This move to acquire Consolidated Aerospace Manufacturing LLC is a strategic one. What this likely means is Howmet Aerospace is looking to expand its offerings and strengthen its position in the aerospace market. Buying an existing business is often faster and can be more effective than trying to build something similar from scratch. It also means they're likely getting access to established customer relationships, technology, and expertise. Now, this next part is a bit of a legal formality. They mention Regulation FD disclosure. In simple terms, this means that when they put out this information, they want to make sure everyone gets it at the same time. They're not trying to give any special advantage to one group of investors over another. They've attached a press release about this deal, and it is incorporated into this filing, making it official. Here is something really important that you'll find in almost every one of these reports. They talk about forward-looking statements. This section is really a disclaimer. Companies use this language to say, look, these are our hopes and expectations about the future, but things might not actually turn out that way. They're warning you that actual results could be different due to all sorts of risks and uncertainties. They specifically mention their planned acquisition of Consolidated Aerospace Manufacturing LLC as a forward-looking statement. This is a crucial reminder that no matter how confident they sound about the deal closing or the benefits they expect to see from it, there is no guarantee. They list potential risks like not getting regulatory approval, the deal falling apart, or unforeseen challenges in integrating the new business. This is why it's critical for investors to not just take company statements at face value, but to understand the potential downsides too. One of the biggest risks they highlight is the difficulty in realizing the expected benefits of the acquisition. This includes anticipated synergies, meaning cost savings or efficiencies gained by combining the businesses and favorable tax treatment. They also express concern about the impact of delays in completing the acquisition or integrating the new business, which could be more difficult, time-consuming, or costly than expected. This points to the real operational challenges companies face after a big merger or acquisition. They also direct us to their annual report for a more comprehensive list of risks. This is a good practice because a single 8K filing won't detail every single potential pitfall for a company. It means investors should really be looking at multiple filings to get a full picture. Finally, we get to the exhibits. This is where they list the supporting documents for the report. The most important one here is Exhibit 99.1, which is the press release they issued about the acquisition. This is essentially the announcement that initiated this filing. They also have Exhibit 104, which is the cover page of the report itself formatted in a special way for electronic filing. Now, for my take, Howmet Aerospace is making a bold move here with a $1.8 billion acquisition. On the surface, it shows ambition and a clear strategy to grow within the aerospace sector by acquiring a key subsidiary from Stanley Black & Decker Incorporated. This could be a game changer for them if executed well. However, as the forward-looking statement section wisely points out, there are significant hurdles. The success of this deal hinges on several factors: regulatory approvals, smooth integration of Consolidated Aerospace Manufacturing LLC, and ultimately, the ability to unlock the projected synergies and benefits. The company itself acknowledges that integration could be more challenging than anticipated. This is where many acquisitions stumble. The initial enthusiasm can fade when faced with the complex realities of merging two distinct corporate cultures and operational systems. The biggest risk for Howmet Aerospace right now is probably the execution. Can they integrate this new business efficiently without disrupting their existing operations or alienating key employees and customers? If they can pull this off successfully, it could significantly boost their market share and profitability. If not, it could become a costly distraction. Overall, Howmet Aerospace appears to be pursuing a strategy of growth through acquisition. It's a high-stakes play with the potential for significant rewards, but also substantial risks. Investors will want to keep a very close eye on future filings to see how this integration progresses, and if the company can truly translate the significant investment into long-term value. Alright, that is our quick decode of Howmet Aerospace's latest filing. What do you think of this massive acquisition? Are they making a smart move, or is it too risky? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this analysis helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. And don't forget to join us on Discord in the description. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.